This video is for if you still need help with graphing. We are looking at our data from our collision peak force labs. So we're gonna do speed. So the first thing, if you look at your graphing expectations on page 7, is T, title. And always the best title is how the independent variable affects the dependent variable. So if we look at our data table, independent variable is always here, dependent variable is always here. So how speed affects peak force. And I'm going to add in collisions because that's what we were looking at. Okay, next is a axis. So your independent variable is going to go on the x-axis, dependent on the y. So speed and peak force.
Randy Morello, call extension 6105, please. Thank you.
Okay, next is intervals. So we are going to evenly space out the numbers in this first column along the x-axis, and our goal is to fill up as much space as possible. So how we do that is that we look at the highest number, 14.3. We round that up, so let's say 15. Then we divide that number by the number of lines across the x-axis. So this is 0, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There's 21 lines. We have 15 as our highest number, so 15 divided by 21 is 0.7. I could count up by 0.7, 0.7, 0.14, etc. That wasn't even right though, so you can see how hard it is to count by 0.7s. It's hard to count by 0.7, so I'm just gonna go by 1. Because that is the next easiest number to count by, rounding up. Okay, now we need to do the same with the y-axis. So look at your highest number. It is 4.5. 4.5 is not a whole round number, but still pretty good. So I'm just going to divide the number 4.5 by how many lines there are. So this is 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So we're going to divide 4.5 by 15, which is 0.3. So I'm going to count by 0.3 because 0.3 is much easier to count by than 0.7 that I tried before. 2.1, 2.4, 2.7, 3, 3.3, 3.6, 3.9, 4.2, 4.5. Okay, so next is intervals. We are going to plot our graph. So you're just going to have 3 dots, okay? So where speed is 2.86, we're kind of guesstimating. Peak force is 1.65, so we're kind of guesstimating right about here. Where speed is 8.58, so we have to kind of guesstimate that's about in the middle. Go up to 2.25. And then where speed is 14.3, so we have to kind of guesstimate, you're going up to 4.5. Okay. Labels, make sure that the units labeled are on each axis. Speed was in meters per second. Peak force was in newtons. And then S, spick and span. Make sure you have draw a line of best fit that is nice and straight. How we best do that is we use a ruler. So remember, line of best fit is kind of the average of these points. So we want to We can start at 0, 0 and connect to there, making sure that there's like an even spacing, an even number of lines on both sides. So that kind of puts even spacing and even number of dots on each side. And there we go. The last thing is to make sure that you don't need a key. You don't need a key because there's only one line. Make sure all your numbers and words are neat and clear and easy to read. So that is how you graph this data table. You just are going to use the same concept to graph this one.